Good morning, students. The second topic of third lesson is electrochemical cell. Very important topic, and this topic looks easier to you because this topic has already been studied in 11th class. I hope all of you remember about the electrochemical cell. Here in the background, you see the diagram. It is taken from NCERT book. The first subtopic in this main topic is construction and working. I hope that all of you remember the construction and working. There are two half cells. Okay, we consider it later. Let's see the important topics. That is electrode potential. The second topic is electrode potential. Third is standard hydrogen electrode, SHE, or reference electrode. Okay, fourth one is the electrochemical series and its application. Electrochemical series and its application. Now the fifth topic is quantitative relationship, means some mathematical formula or mathematical relationships. The first formula we see about the Nernst equation, then we study about the equilibrium constant, and at last third, Gibbs enthalpy, or the maximum work that can be obtained from the cell. These are the subtopics in which I divide the main topic electrochemical cell, so that you can easily understand the further topics. Okay, let's see the next slide, that is construction and working of electrochemical cell. Look at the diagram. It is very clearly observed that in the half cell, left half cell, the rod is dissolved. Okay, it is the zinc rod. This rod will consumed and the electrons is lost by this rod. Okay, the electrons flow through this external circuit here in this direction. Okay, this is the direction of flow of electron. That electron flow through this galvanometer and then reach to the copper electrode. So this copper rod in the right hand side thickens, it gains the copper ion from the solution. The copper ion deposited on this electrode and this rod thickens. Clear? And here in the middle you see a salt bridge that connecting the two half cells. The salt bridge, you know very well that it helps in maintaining the neutrality of the cell and helps in the conductivity. So the definition, look at the definition: the device which convert chemical energy into electrical energy by spontaneous redox reaction is called electrochemical cell. Working, I already told you. Okay, look at the book, consider the book, and this is the cell representation. In this manner we represent the cell. Questions may be given that how can we depict a Daniell cell, or how can we represent a Daniell cell, then you have to write this in this manner. Now lone, there is a shortcut formula. Lone means left oxidation anode negative, means on left hand side oxidation takes place. This rod is negatively charged and it acts as a anode. Now this formula helps you to understand the working of electrochemical cell. Clear? Okay, now look at the next slide, that is electrode potential. This is very important term, electrode potential. Electrode potential, it is the electrical potential difference set up between the electrode and its solution. Okay, what is this? It is a electrical potential difference that is set up between the electrode and its solution. Dear student, when you put a rod in its salt solution, for example zinc rod in zinc sulfate solution, then zinc rod starts to lose electron and the concentration of zinc ion inside the solution increases and the rod starts to degrade. This is due to the losing tendency of the zinc rod. But when you put a copper rod in copper sulfate solution, then the copper ion starts to deposit on the solution and the copper rod thickens. This is due to its ability to gain electron. So electrode potential depends upon its ability to gain electron or to lose electron. So depending upon this, the electrode potential is further divided into two topics, that is oxidation potential and reduction potential. Let's see the oxidation potential definition. It is the tendency of an electrode to lose electrons to get oxidized. Here is the equation that we can use to represent it. Similarly, reduction potential, it is the tendency of an electrode to gain electron to get reduced, and here you see that copper gains 2 electrons. Okay, now the electrode potential depends on the following factor: nature of the metal and its ion. It is totally dependent on the nature of metal. Either the metal will gain the electron or will lose the electron in solution. The second factor is concentration of the ion in the solution. Okay, the third is temperature. So these are the three factors on which electrode potential depends. Now it is a relative quantity. It is a relative quantity and cannot be measured individually. Okay, it is a relative quantity. It is not an absolute quantity. मतलब इसको हम खुद नहीं नाप सकते बिना किसी दूसरे इलेक्ट्रोड की मदद से. दूसरे इलेक्ट्रोड के पोटेंशियल की मदद से ही हम इसको नाप सकते हैं. और दूसरे इलेक्ट्रोड जिसकी हम मदद लेते हैं किसी भी मेटल के इलेक्ट्रोड पोटेंशियल को नापने के लिए, उसे कहा जाता है स्टैंडर्ड इलेक्ट्रोड पोटेंशियल. स्टैंडर्ड इलेक्ट्रोड पोटेंशियल या स्टैंडर्ड हाइड्रोजन इलेक्ट्रोड. ओके, अगेन repeated, it is the relative quantity and cannot be measured individually but with the help of a reference electrode, a standard electrode or standard hydrogen electrode. Okay, look at the standard hydrogen electrode now. This is the standard hydrogen electrode. Here is the diagram. In all the books you find this diagram, and it is a device by which we can measure the relative standard electrode potential of other metals or electrodes. Its electrode potential is 0. Remember, it has 0 electrode potential. And if we see its construction, then a platinum wire is dipped in 1 molar HCl solution and H2 gas is passed at 1 bar. It is joined with electrodes with the other half cells to find the electrode potential. Okay, these are the two diagrams. In the diagram given on the left hand side, the SHE is attached with the zinc rod, and in the right hand side the standard hydrogen electrode is joined with the copper rod. So here you can see that how this hydrogen electrode is used to find the electrode potential of zinc and electrode potential of copper, and at last it is found that the electrode potential of zinc is minus 0.76 and electrode potential of copper is plus 0.34 volt. Clear? Electrode potential of copper is positive and electrode potential of zinc is negative. Clear? Those metal which has more tendency to lose electron has negative electrode potential, and those which have more tendency to gain electron have positive electrode potential. Similarly, we can find the electrode potential of other substances and we can prepare an electrochemical series. Let's see the electrochemical series in the next slide. This is the electrochemical series that is given in your book, this diagram. This is the arrangement of elements in order of increasing electrode potential values according to the relative tendency to lose or gain electron. Now it has many applications. Let's see the application one by one. The first application is the relative strength of oxidizing and reducing agent. Downward tendency for reduction and power to act as oxidizing decreases. नीचे जाने से लॉस करने की एबिलिटी कम हो रही है और लॉस करने की क्षमता बढ़ती है और गेन करने की क्षमता घट रही है. Then the second application is calculation of EMF of the cell. We can calculate the electromotive force of the cell by this formula: E cell is equals to E naught cathode minus E naught anode. The third application is predicting feasibility of the reaction. We can also predict the feasibility of the reaction when two electrodes are joined with each other. The fourth application is to predict whether metal can liberate from acid or not. Those electrodes or metals which has negative values can only displace hydrogen from the acid. Those metals which has positive value will not displace hydrogen from the acid, or they does not react with acid to form hydrogen gas. Okay, so learn the applications and definition of electrochemical series either with the help of book or with the help of this slide. Okay, then we come to the next topic, that is Nernst equation. Here there is a mathematical relationship between the various topics. Nernst equation, it is a quantitative relationship between the electromotive force of the cell and concentration of electrolytic solution taken inside the cell. This equation can also use to find half cell concentration. हाफ सेल कंसंट्रेशन को भी हम इसकी मदद से पता कर सकते हैं. And by the help of this equation we can also find the equilibrium constant and Gibbs free enthalpy of the cell, means the maximum work obtained from a cell. Here's the equation. Look at the equation on the laptop in zoom view to understand, and these derivations are also given in your NCERT book. You must derive the Nernst equation and reach up to this formula. This is the main formula that is used in various numericals. That is, total EMF of the cell is equals to E naught cell, means standard EMF of the cell, minus 0.059 upon N. N means number of electron loss or gain. Here the number of electron loss gain is 2. So 0.059 upon 2, and log of the metal which is oxidized at the numerator and the metal which is reduced at the denominator. So this is the final equation. If you go through this derivation again and again and try to understand the concept. Okay, let's see the next application of Nernst equation. That is, we can find equilibrium constant and Gibbs enthalpy or Gibbs energy. At equilibrium, you know that the metal rod in the left hand side loss electron and in the right hand side gains electron, but after some time a condition reach that the concentration of the two half cells become equal, or the ability to loss and gain electron by the metal rod become 0. Under that condition the cell is said to be in the state of equilibrium, and at equilibrium the E naught cell become 0. The standard EMF of the cell become 0, and at that condition when the cell reaches at equilibrium, then we will carry out these equations and reach up to this formula. This is the important formula used in numericals, that is E naught cell is equals to 0.059 upon N and log of Kc. Kc is equilibrium constant, E naught cell is the standard EMF of the cell. Okay, now the next equation is electrical work or Gibbs energy, or the maximum work that can be obtained from a cell. So in 1 second, how much work is obtained from the cell in 1 second? That can be calculated by this formula. Maximum work obtained from a cell is equals to N into F. Nf means charge, number of electron multiplied by Faraday, into E cell, EMF of the cell. So by multiplying these three quantities we can find the work obtained from the cell. Since work is done by the cell is on the system, so here work done is negative, and we finally come to this equation. This is the main formula, that is maximum work obtained from a cell is equals to G naught. G naught means Gibbs free enthalpy is equals to minus N into F into E naught cell. Okay, these are the application of Nernst equation, and these are the main topics associated with the electrochemical cell. Let's again look at the main topic and subtopics. The first is construction and working. Here you have to pay attention on the diagram and working of the cell, the cell notation, and most important this LON, LON, left hand side oxidation occur, and this rod is called anode and it is negatively charged. Remember, this will very helpful to you. Next, electrode potential. Learn the definition, learn its type and the factors on which it depends. Okay, the next, how we can find the standard hydrogen electrode. Then electrochemical series, that is made with the help of standard reference electrode. No need to learn the values of the electrode potential given in the graph or table. Then Nernst equation, its derivative is very important. Try to learn its derivative as much as times you can. And then in the last we get the application of Nernst equation. Okay, thanks for watching and be prepared for the next session, and I hope the slides are helpful, and make notes with the help of these slides. And you can also learn the topic from the books. Thank you.